initially, when we first started, okay, what's the first thing people have to do? So people literally have to create a character. So if you are to land on the Mafia page right now, you can see here, there's this button that says get started. By pressing get started, you will choose a character name, where that character is from, and the gender of that character. And then literally you're in game, right? You're absolutely in game. So in the game, you will be given and an avatar. And that avatar is basically your character, right? So that's what you have to protect with your life, I suppose, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
No, you want to rank up your character in game. So we can see here, right? So Carnage is the #1 player at the moment on Pulse. His worth is 81,000, right? He's a member of the Gearheads, and we can see here that because of the rank of his character, because of the worth of his character, he will actually be, when full game goes live, the vault will be paying him nearly 16 million Pulse every single week, just for being who he is at the moment. So we can see.
Sort of interrupt. Is that 81 million Mafia? Or sorry, 81,572 Mafia?
No, this is based on just his worth. So how strong his player is. And that's decided by sort of his inventory. So does he have a lot of weapons? Does he have a lot of guns? Does he have maybe some cars or some ammunition? All this type of thing. And this is something that players have, they can build up as they go through. Another way, when the full game goes live, another way to rank up your character would be by actually, carrying out heists, carrying out, robberies. In the game, there are some small robberies, like you can rob a hot dog vendor. And through an RNG principle, you're either successful or you're not. If you're successful, yes, you're getting some in-game currency, and this in-game currency obviously then is ratioed to Mafia token. So, you will actually know how much it's going to be worth when you actually decide to cash out. Obviously, things like robbing banks are in here. You can smuggle, alcohol, you can smuggle narcotics. Usually, that would happen between families because they actually need their smuggling route set up and they need some sort of cooperation. If you're a family in Colombia and you want to smuggle something into New York, you would have to speak to the family in New York who runs that territory and say, hey, how about, we try and make this deal? I can give you X amount of the profits. Or, I can sell it to you for X price, you sell it for Y price.
I imagine this is what Interpol thinks Pulsechain is like.
Yeah, well, it does now.
This is really, really interesting stuff, man. I don't want to derail you too much here, but very briefly, I remember what was it, Axie Infinity last cycle? There were tons and tons of streamers that were like as a full-time job, playing a game like that, actually earning money. I know a lot of people that live in countries where the cost of living is much less, Thailand or whatever. It was really big in Asia. There was a lot of streamers doing it, and man, these are very much not insignificant amounts, like 16 million Pulse. And like, you got to think 16, like whenever I think of like Pulse, I don't think about it in today's monetary value. I think about
I don't think about it in today's money either. I think about where we're going to be when we start to do a 10x or a 15x.
Exactly. So all of a sudden that 16 million Pulse every week or whatever, 10, whatever it is very significant.
Yeah.
Extremely significant. This is really, really interesting what you guys got going on here.
So basically, in order to rank up your character, you can go here to the crates tab, right? So to open a crate, you need a key. You need to purchase a key. Keys cost $20, right? So once you have that $20 key, you can go and open this crate. Inside this crate, there's a number of different things you can get, which we can see down here, right? So you can get in-game cash up to $10 million worth. You can get bullets, health, different shop items. You can get NFTs. The NFTs are used for different parts of the game, basically to do things like hide your inventory from other players, which is a very valuable thing to do, so you don't paint a target on your back. Things like bodyguards, cars, more keys, and also Mafia token, right? So through 2 different RNGs, so one RNG, you will get which different category that you would choose from, and through a secondary RNG, it'll give you the value of that. So is it maybe 50,000 cash or is it 10 million cash? All of that goes to ranking up your character. Now, what we've seen, it was quite interesting actually. We saw very early on this bunch, players obviously that would treat this almost like a revenue generating tool. they were opening up these crates like crazy, and then they were going onto our in-game marketplace, and they were putting those items up for sale, right? And they were putting them up for sale, and obviously, if you're a character and the cost of it, the cost of a key is $20, you might go on the marketplace and you might find a handgun which is being up there for sale for $6. So you can completely bypass buying the key, and you can literally build up your inventory by snapping up a good deal on the NFT marketplace. Other players we've seen, opened up some pretty high quality items that maybe they're not in a family. They're a solo player, and they have a lot of good inventory items that a family would need or require. So they were selling those items, and some of those items they've sold for a few $1,000s. So for the cost of a $20 key, I think the highest thing that I saw for sale was around $4,000, and someone actually bought it. It was a completed sale.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there, at one point there was people on here that were making about $10,000 a week just by reselling really good items on this NFT marketplace.
Yeah.
I think right now we can see here that the total that's been sold on the marketplace is $312,000 worth of items. So effectively, this kind of makes this the most successful NFT marketplace on Pulsechain, right? $300,000, and that's just our little in-game marketplace.
The thing that jumps to mind at first with what you're showing me here is there's a great deal of rumors right now circulating with GTA 6. I don't know how familiar you are with the new GTA that's coming out.
Yeah.
I think they spent an ungodly amount of money creating that thing, $1 billion or something. There's rumors that they want to do something very similar in a sense where I get all rumors incorporate some kind of in-game currency and kind of in-game trading system where you could trade skins, trade this and that, maybe incorporate some blockchain element, NFTs, who knows. But I think the potential for this is very big. And like you just said, you seem to already be getting some volume.